So is our salsa is really as good as I say it is? Today we're going to find out. So the debate continues to rage on whether or not my salsa is actually a fire roasted salsa and what makes a really good salsa. The way I prepare it, the way you prepare it, the way some of these name brands prepare it. So I figured let's go ahead and put it to the test. So the other day, some friends were getting together and I said, you know what? I'm going to get some store-bought top shelf salsas and put them up against my salsa. And then we'll vote, blind taste test, and see which people prefer. So what were the results? So we had a really fun time. What we did is we took each one of these name brand salsas and I put a letter underneath them. So this one was the letter C, this one was the letter A, so A, B, C, and D. And then this was B, and then I took also that On the Border. I don't have it with me because it was someone else's that someone else brought. The On the Border name brand salsa that you can find at almost any store today. They also have chips. This is their chips and this is their salsa right there. There's a little picture of it. So the On the Border name brand salsa, and that was actually letter, was that letter C? Yeah, C. And then, yeah, so that was letter D actually. D was the On the Border brand. And so we took those four salsas, and then we wrote on a piece of paper A, B, C, and D, and then you were allowed to taste each salsa with chips that were provided there, and each one of these had a bowl. These were set up to the side so you didn't associate which jar went with what bowl. And so it was a completely blind taste test. And then you went through, you tasted each one, and you were able to go back and do seconds or thirds so that you could kind of determine which one you liked better. If there was two that you had a hard time trying to figure out whether or not you liked one over the other. And then you could write down your choice. And it was simple, a check mark by the letter on the piece of paper of the one you preferred. Now, we didn't want to rank them 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just tell me which one out of the 4 you prefer, and that's the one you put a check mark by. So that's what we did. I have the results right here, and the results, as you can see, B was the winner. B had the most check marks, and guess who B was? B, my salsa. Okay, completely blind taste test, my salsa. The other results were actually kind of surprising. I was curious to see the other results. And the two other brands I picked were my Brothers Salsa, right here, my Brothers Salsa, which you can find in a lot of organic stores and some other stores, that you may see this name brand out there. But it's a top shelf salsa, $7 pint of, is it a pint? 16 ounces. It's a over $7 plus tax jar of salsa, 16 ounces. It says real ingredients. They make a big deal about that. It's medium, and it says it's fire roasted. Fire roasted. This was the worst performing salsa of all of them. In fact, it tastes horrible. It tasted like just like tomatoes. I mean, there may have been a little bit of, what's the ingredients on here? It says fire roasted tomatoes, water, which is, that right there is a mistake. They should put like some of the other ingredients, ingredients, if you don't know, are listed as most to least inside of whatever you're reading it from. So it had fresh peppers, jalapeno, poblano, serrano, which I had, serrano's a pretty hot pepper. I taste no heat in this. Fresh onions, sea salt, fresh garlic, natural mesquite smoke flavor. It was horrible. And it got no votes. Absolutely no votes. This was letter A, and as you can see, letter A had no check marks next to it. So, and then B, which was my salsa, had the most check marks, as you can see right there. And then you have letter C, was this one, Silver Star Tex-Mex Flame Roasted. It says right there on the bottle, Flame Roasted. Now this one was the most expensive jar. I believe this was like an $8 jar, 16 ounces, $8 and change plus tax jar. I wanted to get some expensive jars because I wanted to see, you know, okay, what is it gonna? I'm gonna put my salsa up against the best. So therefore, if I lose against the best, I don't feel so bad. It'd be really bad if I put some up against some name brand, Walmart brand, whatever it is, and I lost to that. That would be, you know, pretty embarrassing. But, you know, if I lost to some name brand stuff, well, then I wouldn't feel so bad. But it's medium, okay, heat, flame roasted, Silver Star Tex-Mex, and this one says roasted tomatoes, fire roasted tomatoes, diced tomatoes, onion, filtered water, jalapeno peppers, vinegar, cilantro, salt, dried garlic, dried onion, and xanthan gum. So, also, this was purchased at my organic store that we go to, and they have a really large selection of salsas. And so that right there, letter C, got 4 check marks. 4 check marks. So that came in second, which it is pretty flavorful. I mean, I don't think it's near what mine is. And it's basically a step up from this, I thought. But it did have a better color to it, and it did have more flavor that I thought for sure was in there. But the big surprise was the On the Border brand. So here's the On the Border brand. You can see a picture of their salsa right there on the bag, On the Border. That one was, I believe that was the D. That actually beat out my Brothers. So the On the Border brand got 2 checks and beat out the $7 bottle of fire roasted salsa. That was a complete surprise to me. I was not expecting that to happen. But it just goes to show you, you know, I mean, you know, when you make something homemade, chances are, because it's homemade, because the care was taken in to making that product, it's going to end up being a better product. It's just going to taste better because of the care that goes into it, the ingredients, natural ingredients. And when you make something on just a giant level, at a factory level, you know, like these are made, I think no matter what, you're going to lose something to it. You know, no matter what the ingredients are, you're just going to, nothing's better than homemade. So it was an interesting experiment. I'm glad we did it, but I'm really glad that mine won. That was a big boost in my self-esteem. And so I have no problem with telling people that we make really good salsa. And someone left a comment on my channel the other day, says, you know, everyone thinks they make great salsa. Yeah, and I understand that's true. But, you know, really when you enter into salsa contest and you can actually see how yours performs against others by getting blind taste test results, then you can really see, you know, how yours does. But, you know, I looked around in my area to see if I could find on Google if there was any local area salsa contest. I really couldn't find a whole lot, at least that I could enter. I was eligible to enter. I had to be like members of certain groups or whatever to be able to, you know, taste test or enter my salsa into a blind taste test or a contest. But I would totally do that, and I have great confidence that I would do well if I did that. It's just an amazing flavor, and by doing it the way we did it in that video, by putting it in the pot and putting the pot over the flames and allowing, you know, keeping the top off and allowing that smoke and that charring and that ash to interact with the cooking process, it really does give a good fire roasted taste. Despite what some people tell you about putting each individual pepper or ingredient all over a flame or on a grill, you don't have to do that, especially with large batches. If you do that, that's fine, that's great, and you're still going to get that great fire roasted taste. But when it comes to large batches of, you know, like what we do, 35, 40 jars at a time, if you do it the way we do it, you'll still get that amazing fire roasted taste. Not to mention not being stingy with the ingredients, putting lots of onions, putting lots of peppers, you know, green peppers, sweet peppers, hot peppers, all of that, just garlic, the salt, the vinegar, the cilantro or popolo if you use that. All of that just makes a great salsa. Don't be stingy on the ingredients. And so there you go. The results speak for themselves. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love being a winner. All right. That's good salsa. See you next time in the homestead. Also, you know what we do with this stuff, right? We feed it to the chickens. Here, chickens. Let's see if you'll eat this stuff. You like that? He's like, well, I prefer Jaimie's, but you know, times are tough. Hey there, thanks for watching our channel. If you're looking for great off-grid homesteading videos, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button and be sure to like the video you just watched. You can also feel free to send us your questions by going to anamericanhomestead.com on our contact page and send me your question. Your question might get made into a video. In the meantime, check out some of these other great videos. Oh wait, go ahead and click them. Go ahead.